Welcome back to North of the Broad. I'm your host, Karen Wyman, coming to you from Higher Ground on Ladies Island. I'm joined this afternoon by Jonathan Hopt, Executive Director from the Pat Conroy Literary Center. Welcome back to North of the Broad.
Thank you. It's nice to be back again.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't here that long ago, and you guys literally don't let any moss grow under your feet. You just came off your second annual Pat Conroy Literary Festival.
That's right.
And how was that, Jonathan?
That was fantastic. The responses to that event are just phenomenal every year, and it means so much to so many readers and writers for us to be able to do that.
And here we are talking again about something that's coming up very soon for all of you on December 15th. You guys actually have two separate events happening on the very same day. I really want you to spend the next 4 minutes with me sharing with our audience and our viewers and our Pat Conroy aficionados what's happening on December the 15th.
Well, absolutely. That day we'll be out at Technical College of the Lowcountry at the Beaufort campus for a first ever Lowcountry Book Club convention. We've met so many people in Beaufort who are members of book clubs, and they all come to the Conroy Center, but I get the sense they don't necessarily know one another.
That's right, looking for a way to kind of bring them together.
So I thought, let's create an event that's specific for book clubs, and South Carolina Humanities gave us a grant to fund this event, so it's an entirely free day of programming.
How wonderful for you all.
Oh, absolutely, and wonderful for readers too.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of components to that. Our big keynote, which will happen around lunchtime that day, will be Cassandra King Conroy in conversation with Will Schwalbe. And Will is the author of a book called Books for a Living, which is very similar to Pat Conroy's book, My Reading Life. So he's going to talk about what books mean to a person's life over an entire lifetime.
Yeah. And obviously how they influence people, you know, during certain stages in their life.
That's right. What may be a favorite book to you at one age may be have a different meaning to you later on in life as well. And we're gonna bring onto the stage a bunch of local book club leaders to talk about how their book clubs function as an exchange of ideas. So people who maybe are in a book club or aren't yet in a book club can get some ideas about how a healthy book club is run and what keeps it from becoming a wine club, which is so often the death of a book club.
Well, it's an easy path to go down.
It is. One leads to the other.
But just out of curiosity, I mean, how many different book clubs do we currently have, or have you identified here in just say Beaufort?
We've presented to or met with members of close to 100 book clubs just in Beaufort County.
Amazing.
I suspect there are many more than that, and we'll see how many we can draw out.
There are some that are just hiding, right, lurking in the dark.
Some are brand new. We've met one that's been around for 100 years, which is incredible to me that a book club has consistently been running for 100 years.
That's an amazing time for sustainability in a book club. Well, obviously the members have changed just a little bit.
Let's assume so. Let's assume so.
But, and so tell us about the evening program. So that same day on December the 15th, you guys will move your program to a new program rather at the campus at University of South Carolina here in Beaufort.
That's right. We'll be at the Center for the Arts that night for an event that's called An Evening of Stories and Songs. And it's a trio of presenters, two New York Times best-selling writers, both from North Carolina, Jill McCorkle and Lee Smith.
After left?
Yeah, fantastic writers. And they're performing with Marshall Chapman, who's a musician originally from Spartanburg in Nashville now. And they are 3/4 of a group called the Good Old Girls. We could not get the fourth member, but we got the 3 out of the 4 of them. Right. And I've seen them perform
Three's better
together.
than none.
They are fantastic. And that event, which is a ticketed event, is funded in part by the Hootie and the Blowfish Foundation.
Excellent.
As a way of celebrating storytelling in the big sense, both musical component and the written component.
Right. Darius Rucker is a big proponent of storytelling, and if you listen to any of his music, you can hear that in the lyrics, you know.
Oh, absolutely. He is definitely a storyteller as well as a
doubt.
singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
And this event will sort of honor that tradition as well with 3 folks who are themselves fantastic storytellers.
So if people are interested in participating in the evening event, where can they purchase tickets, Jonathan?
Tickets are for sale through the USCB Center for the Arts box office, and there's 2 tiers. There's a $45 sort of general admission price, and there's a $75 preferred seating price, which is front of house seating and includes a reception after the event with the performers.
Excellent. And they can always find more information about Pat Conroy Literary Center on your social media feeds. I've seen things on both Instagram, yes. And Facebook that have just posted in the last couple of days giving people information about both of these events.
Right, we're updating information all the time, and the schedule for both events is posted, and the schedules are growing too. We're adding new components to each of them.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being a guest this afternoon on North of the Broad. It's always a pleasure having you. You've always got so much to bring to the community and so much Pat Conroy to share.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. We'll be right back with our next guest on North of the Broad.